When we think we have seen it all, now here is another shenanigans. Upon all these things happening, I was expecting the so-called Massob leaders or Massob movement. That movement for the actualization of the sovereign state of Biafra, which is a Massob, to intervene or put mouth for this matter between the government of Ogechukwu Nkere and the real government of United States of Biafra, which is Dr. Ngozi Chukwu Orabweze. As if all these things does not make any meaning to them. My brother, I'm not gonna see what they have to tell the Biafrans. In fact, it would be safe. When I saw the headline this morning, I was a kind of, gosh, what is really happening? But how do we get to this point? But anyway, Massob demands ban on mortuaries in Igbo land. It says dead bodies are disturbing. It shock you, Abi? I swear to God, it shocked me. Even up to today, up to this moment, I'm still asking myself, how do we get to this point? Mortuaries, so to ban them, say the dead bodies, say that they disturb. Anyway, that's by the way. Let us move straight to the other news that we have this morning. Another headline says 2027. We will align with the coalition that guarantees Southeast automatic presidential ticket. These are the people here with the problem. I know and Igbo. I know and the herdsmen and Kajar and the Calabar. Sorry, and the Kahana and the Kabas. Or I jar and the Yoruba on the Hausa on the Fulani. The real problem we have in the Igbo land is our politicians, and this charade they call Ohaneze and the Beribe. They are not representing us. So, the earlier we debunk all these people, or rather put them where they belong, the better for all of us. Because before the international community, they are rubbing moss on our face. Before the so-called politicians, they have become a stooge, all in their hands. Anyway, well, let us proceed with other headlines. According to, in fact, when I saw this headline this morning, because I get the news yesterday, over the recusal of the new assigned judge to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case, I was surprised to wake up this morning and I saw this headline. I don't know whether you people will help me to to know exactly what these people are talking about. They said, Biafra, no judge withdraw from Nnamdi Kanu's trial, Federal High Court. Can you imagine this? These people are just playing kalokalo with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case. They are just there doing whatever they like. Actually, the person who assigned himself to this case is Chief Judge of the High Court, which is Zonsiho. After signing the case, he looked it holistically, horizontally, vertically, and all other colleagues, and found out that this case is going nowhere because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have no any case to answer. He recused himself, or rather, he stepped down. Now they are telling us now that nobody steps down. Can you imagine that? Let them keep on making making the so-called judiciary caricature before the international community, waiting concern the Biafrans. Last, Biafra must get head. Last, Nnamdi Kanu must be released. Last, we must only go back to our individual homes, which is the Biafraland, and manage our resources. As simple as that. So whatever they like, let them continue playing the politics. About also, I go mile. Like, share, comment, and keep subscribing for more interesting videos. Starting with the Massob, the man ban on mortuaries in Igbo land, says dead bodies are disturbing. Movement for the actualization of the sovereign state of Biafra, Massob, has asked Southeast governors and religious leaders to henceforth place a ban on preserving dead bodies in the mortuaries. Well, in actual sense of it, they may make sense because all this system of sometimes somebody will be banned on mortuary for over years. To the extent that when you even go to see your dead ones in the mortuary, you will not recognize them. That one is another punishment upon the dead bodies. Anybody who died, my brother, open the ground and put the person there. If you are not prepared for the burial, then you go and prepare for the burial instead of putting the person in mortuary, spending the money that you even have to organize the burial. Anyway, he said the group warned that there are consequences of continuously keeping dead bodies in mortuaries across Igbo land. Daily Post report that Comrade Uchenna Mado, leader of the Massob, made the call in a statement made available on Monday. Mado said dead bodies in mortuaries were wandering around without rest because they were not buried or committed to Mother Earth. The wandering and restless spirits of unburied dead bodies in the mortuaries are continuously possessing the younger people, leading and influencing them into all manner of criminalities, evil and wicked acts without fear of the dire consequences of their actions. Dead bodies wandering. How possible is that? I'm against keeping dead bodies in mortuary for so long, but this system of dead bodies wandering, my brother, where do you get this nonsense story? Once that person is dead, highest the person patrol or the spirit patrol for the highest 1 week. After that, every other thing you see there is just a mere what do you call it, a mere sand or a mere dust that is going back to dust, wandering, making the young boys to commit criminality. And what can ignorance is very very bad. He said the wandering and restless spirits of unburied dead bodies in mortuaries are continuously possessing the young people, leading and influencing them into all manner of criminalities, evil and wicked acts without fear of the dire consequences of their actions. Okay, let me ask you, because according to Christians or Christianity, they said if somebody dies, either the person go to hellfire or go to heaven or go to there's one way they call purgatory. That one for Catholics. I said the person will stay in purgatory. So if all this person don't die now, whether he go to heaven, he go to hell, or he go to purgatory, which other spirit again is coming to disturb? I mean, the person get two spirits. I beg more gonna back one me for now because I don't know they cause problem. I know Sabi know they cause problem. Okay, let's continue. Say these spiritual influences have erased their godly conscience and replaced them with all kinds of immorality, lust for blood shedding, lust for wealth, and mundane things. But let me correct this impression. All these things have nothing to do with people lost. It's just the generation we found ourselves into, Gen Z generation, where everybody is in a very fast. If you need to blame about people who are causing all this, you should blame the churches and also blame the so-called what do they call it? All this doing no kit and the rest of them, the last of Akwakoko, Jesus and the rest of them. Most especially the churches who keep on encouraging all this nonsense. When they see something that is happening, when they see all this what would I call it? All this what would I call it? All this fake lifestyle people are living. Every blessed day, people are tearing cars, going to church. People are tearing cars, going to mosque. People are tearing cars, and politicians are also contributed more on this issue because they are the one. All their family members, even the least of them, in the family of politicians, are going with escorts. Then what do you expect the young ones, who their families have no any lineage, either with the native doctor, with the churches, or with the politicians? Then they will go to do otherwise. Because I just say my own personal opinion. I don't say you must follow my own personal opinion so that it don't attract some backlash. Because okay, it said these raging possession of Igbo youths and young men have created a strong urge of getting quick wealth without meaningful work or trading. The taproot of all criminal tendencies, evil and wicked activities in the lives of the young men and women in our society is the possession and influence of spirits of unburied dead bodies in mortuaries. He stated nonsense. Massob urged church leaders to ban bringing in dead bodies in a casket inside a church that is presumed to be a holy temple. According to the group, the entrance of the dead bodies in a casket inside of the house of God corrupt the holiness of the church. The spirit of a dead person can never rest until it is buried. It is an abomination in Igbo traditional culture to keep a dead body for more than 4 Igbo market days. Massob urges the Igbo traditional leaders and religious leaders, including the Igbo governors, to ban this trend of keeping dead bodies in mortuaries. We appeal to our governors to ban mortuary business and services in Igbo land, according to the Massob leader, which is What would they call himself? Uche, somebody Uche. Anyway, we were aligned with the coalition that guarantees Southeast automatic presidential ticket. Is it automatic presidential ticket or automatic president? This one has itself. I don't know how we get to this point that all these old fools won't even make any statement that have head. The Apex Igbo Social Cultural Organization has said it will align with any political coalition that guarantees an automatic 2027 presidential ticket to a candidate of Igbo extraction accompanied by a northern running mate. Ohaneze made it clear that any other realignment outside this framework is doomed to failure. This was contained in a joint statement issued on Tuesday by Ohaneze's factional Deputy President General Okechukwu Siguzoro and the Chief Chinenye Thompson Ohia made available to Daily Post. Ohaneze was reacting to the defection of the former governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai, from the All Poverty Congress APC to the Social Democratic Party SDP. The statement read, in the light of his past governors and consequential suffering experienced by the Igbo and Christian communities during his administration, we resolutely characterize El-Rufai as a political leper and a liability to any party he aligns himself with, particularly the SDP. According to Ohaneze, during his tenure as Kaduna State Governor from 2015 to 2023, El-Rufai presided over an administration that was fraught with serious allegations of violence and persecution directed against Igbos and the Christian populace in southern Kaduna. The scales of traumatic experiences enduring by these communities should not be overlooked. It is only appropriate that El-Rufai seeks public absolution by issuing a formal apology to the Nigerian people as well as to Christian leaders and the affected communities for his failure to protect their lives and livelihoods amid escalating violence. His lack of accountability during these turbulent years underscores a disqualifying flaw in his leadership, which must be addressed before any claim of legitimacy can be made. Moreover, El-Rufai must publicly renounce his period. These people say. Moreover, El-Rufai must publicly renounce his period declaration made in 2023, where he contended that the impetus for the Muslim 2023 APC presidential ticket was rooted in a design for Islamic political supremacy in Nigeria. We demand clarity on his role and responsibility for the tragic death and insecurity that plagued Kaduna State under his watch. Until he furnishes a detailed account and a transparent administration of his failures, El-Rufai will remain perceived as a political leper, one whose presence in any political party domain jeopardizes its integrity and viability. While Ohaneze Ndiberibe has observed the coalition of opposition leaders mobilizing around the SDP in anticipation of 2027 selections, we must emphatically voice our position without ambiguity. Unless this coalition provides an automatic 2027 SDP presidential ticket to a candidate of Igbo descent and a Christian accompanied by a northern running mate, any attempt to realign outside this framework is doomed to failure. Should they consider the SDP a northern party that merely requires southeastern cooperation to sustain a northern candidate, let it be known such a strategy is unequivocal dead on arrival. Furthermore, we stand firm on our adherence to the principle of a southern presidency, consistent with the gentleman's agreement regarding the rational leadership alignment between the North and the South. Highlighting further, Ohaneze stated, allowing a northern candidate to serve additional years post-Buhari's 8 years tenure is simply unacceptable, adding that Nigerians will categorically reject any maneuver that seeks to subvert the southern presidency until 2031. Reminding El-Rufai that his path to redemption lies in authentic reconciliation with the historical wounds he has caused. The group stated, that his political failure hangs on his willingness to engage sincerely with the injustices that have marked his political legacy, noting that until such a time, Ohaneze Ndigbo will not engage with any political party that associates with El-Rufai. No judge withdrew from Nnamdi Kanu's trial, Federal High Court. The Federal High Court of Zojuria has clarified that no judge on its bench stepped down from the trial of Biafran nation agitator Nnamdi Kanu on terrorism charges. The court also denied the claim attributed to its chief judge, John Siho, that Kanu's arrest and detention were illegal. In a statement on Tuesday in Abuja, the court described a media publication credited to the chief judge as mischievous, damaging in intent, and should be disregarded in its entirety. The statement was signed by Malam Suleiman Amida Hassan, the chief registrar of the High Court. It read in part, the attention of the management of the Federal High Court has been drawn with great concern to an online reportage. The court unequivocally refused the false and misleading report, aligning that the Honorable Chief Judge, the Honorable Justice John T. Sehu, has stepped down from the Nnamdi Kanu's case and made statements regarding the legality of his arrest. This claim is entirely unfounded, fictitious, grossly mischievous, damaging in intent, and should be disregarded in its entirety. The true position of that, the Honorable Justice Siho, in his capacity as Chief Judge, has reassigned Nnamdi Kanu's case from Honorable Justice Binta Iyako to another new judge. Who is this new judge that is being kept silent? The report referred to as therefore totally spurious. The defense team should hence prepare to receive instructions regarding the case as may be issued by the new judge. The Federal High Court strongly cautions against deliberate misinformation aimed at misleading the public and eroding confidence in the judicial system. We urge the general public to be wary and rely only on verified information from the official source. The court remains steadfast in upholding justice through due process of the law. Any further inquiry should be directed to the court's information department. The statement reads in part. Anyway, my wonderful people, I hope these few lines that we just read now, I'm able to convince you, but not to confuse you, that Massob, chief of the High Court, and whatever they call them, all of them are just jokers. In fact, they don't know what they are doing or what they are saying. Because to me, all these lines that I just read here make no sense to me. But we need to read it at least for reading sake, so that people get to know. If you say anybody now who the thief, just know, say, according to Massob a leader, he say na spirit of the dead people that are still lying in the mortuary, say na then they confuse them. Ew. All this one seems like all those fictions and story we always tell us when we are growing up. That when you swallow a seed of any fruit, that the thing will germinate and come out from your head. That is exactly how this will look like. The spirit of the dead ones are now influencing the young ones into doing criminalities, forgetting that the system which we find ourselves these days is very fast. Gen Z generation, where we say everybody want to make it and nobody want to become one boy again, and you start to blame the dead bodies who knows nothing about all these things. Now my brother, make we wake up now. All these stories know the end now. You don't tell now. When we just more, they tell us this kind of story. I bet make gonna help me circulate this message, eh? Okay, me say no.